questions.
Supplements. Start with Wilma. What do you say? Wilma wants to know, how long does it take for probiotics to work? Do they really help with keeping you regular? Which is the best variety to take? Hey, Wilma, that's not a question. That's several questions.
But they're all very good questions.
Those are good questions.
Probiotics are confusing. There's a lot on the market.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of maybe not as good ones. They really don't take that long to start working. A lot of people will notice within the first week usually. I mean, it's good to give it a month. I usually say the supplement, give it 30 days, see if you notice a benefit. If not, maybe don't continue, but if it does help, continue. And yes, they can help a lot with regularity. I have a lot of folks though who take our probiotics, for example, like we have an ultraflora control, which helps with weight loss. So probiotics like this, they could have different effects. So it's not just about regular bowel movements.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not as bloated. Maybe you don't have as many cravings. Maybe you're not as hungry. Maybe you don't have as much gas. Like there's a lot of other things that you could notice other than just, do you go to the bathroom every day or every other day? Wow. Which could also be a benefit.
Wow.
But this one's really good because of the weight loss associated with it.
That's right. So probiotics they're bacteria, for those of you who don't know. So you as a host many living organisms in your gut.
Lots.
Okay. And so the theory and idea is that there should be a correct balance of those things. Saying bacteria is a little bit like saying the word, automobile.
Right. A lot of brakes.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of different kinds of automobiles, and the blend there in your gut matters. And so this is the problem with, for example, taking antibiotics all the time. You can kill off a lot of the better parts of the blend, and then you got problems.
Out of balance.
That's right. You start getting diarrhea and all this other sort of thing. And look, the blend there's a constant, for just kind of a conceptual way to think about it, there is a constant war going on at the microbiology level, right? Of competition to who's going to live, who's going to die, who's going to dominate. And this matters with your immunity.
Yeah, big time.
This is a big concept from an immune standpoint. And you want the correct balance in there. One of the things, that people who regularly take these probiotics that we offer here will tell you is, I haven't been sick. And then they'll tell you for how long, right? And it really, there's something to that. The reason we like this Metagenics brand is they rigorously test their stuff. They don't test it. They bring in other people to test it, to prove that it is what they say it is. And these other vitamin companies are not required by law to do that, but Metagenics submits itself to that. And look, that's why it costs them more money, because they spend a lot of time developing that stuff. They have a blend, like you say, that they believe that blend of bacteria signals the body to lose weight.
Yeah.
And they have some evidence to support that.
Yeah.
And they've invested the money and time and effort in coming up with that. And so our patients really like it. They have an immune blend. That's right.
I'll show you. Speaking of immunity, most of our immune system actually is in our gut. So it's very important that all these bacteria are in a good balance. And this one really helps for the immune portion of that to correct itself if it's off.
That's correct. Yeah. And so you do not need to keep it refrigerated. That is a question we commonly get. This one, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And when they tell you there's X number of millions of units of stuff, that's on the day that it expires. And they test that. They don't just test it right at the beginning. They test it on the day that they say it expired to prove that it's got that many in there. It actually probably has more when you buy it from here. So because by the day it expires, that's when it has that many units, right? That's another unique thing about Metagenics, right?
Yeah.
So I think maybe asking yourself, why do I think I need this?
Yeah.
And then picking the variety then that you want, the immune, the ultraflora control, the weight control one.
We also have a full spectrum one that doesn't have a specific purpose other than just overall digestive health. We don't have that here, but it's something you can find in our offices or through Metagenics, through our practice. And Metagenics it's like a pharmaceutical grade, meaning that you're not going to walk into GNC, you're not going to walk into Vitamin Shop, you're not going to walk into Whole Foods and find this brand. It's going to be in medical offices like ours, but you can also buy it online through our practice. And I'll tell you, these make great gifts, right? A lot of people need to be on probiotics of some sort. Digestive distress happens and the balance gets out because of standard American living, right? We don't always eat well. We don't always sleep enough.
That's
We
right.
don't always hydrate in the right way. And it's really important for all those little buggies in there for us to be healthy in order for them to be healthy. So when we have unhealthy behaviors, it creates a less healthy gut, or more unhealthy gut. And you don't need a prescription for them. It's just something that is bought through a medical practice like ours. So you don't need to be a patient. You don't need to meet with us in order to try this. It's absolutely safe for anyone to take. There's not going to be a consequence. Just maybe it doesn't work for you. You try a different strain. That's okay.
Yeah. That's right. So you don't need a prescription for that. We do sell it in the office. You won't find these though at regular retail outlets.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Good question.